Good morning once again from the National Weather Service in Pocatello. My name is Kevin Smith, and this is your weather hazard briefing for Sunday, August 24th. We'll take another look here at our moisture surge, monsoon moisture coming into Idaho for much of the upcoming week. Take a look at what has changed here. So, key points: isolated showers and thunderstorms will start today, but not for most of you. If you are to the south of the Snake Plain, down across the southern highlands into Bear Lake, maybe as far north as the Big Holes near Victor and Driggs, we'll see enough moisture starting to move in from the south to support a few isolated showers and thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. Really don't have the full moist air mass in place yet, so these storms are going to continue to lean dry. That'll make sense to our fire weather partners, meaning lightning will be a risk, maybe some modestly gusty outflow winds of 35 to 40 miles an hour or so will be the main hazards with these, not so much heavy rainfall. That's all going to change as this monsoon moisture increases significantly, really pushes from south to north across the region from Monday onward. This is going to bring high humidity, increased cloud cover, cooler temperatures, much cooler temperatures by mid to late week, and daily rounds of widespread showers and thunderstorms. Really keying in on Tuesday and Wednesday now appear to be the wettest days for most of you across our southeast Idaho forecast area. And we're going to look at kind of a first look at some rainfall totals here, likely exceeding 1 inch of rainfall across most of our mountain regions, particularly across the southern and eastern highlands by the time we get out to Thursday evening. Weather risk outlook here is pretty simple. You can see the areas that will start to see some activity today. We're talking from about Burley over to Pocatello, maybe up toward Driggs and points southward, down across the Raft River region, the southern highlands, Bear Lake, some of the southeast highlands. And again, these will really be lightning, some gusty winds, not really a lot of heavy rain out of this activity just yet. We'll really kick things off here starting Monday and continuing for about a 4-day period with widespread shower and thunderstorm potential for everyone. Holding with minor risk in general here, mostly triggered by lightning, maybe localized flood concerns as well over places like burn scars from recent wildfires. We'll have to continue to evaluate that here over the next several days. No watches, warnings, or advisories in effect right now, though, as things are nice and quiet across the region this morning. Current satellite, not that different from yesterday. The stage is set. We're kind of in a waiting period here as that moisture builds to our south and starts to come northward. You can see in the satellite loop here some of that moisture trying to come up across the Idaho border. Most of this is mid to high level cloud cover. So we'll kick things off today with kind of a mix of sun and clouds, and then we'll slowly start to increase that cloud cover gradually over the course of today, tonight, and into Monday as this system really gears up and approaches here from the south. You can see some rain already lurking here down to the south, mostly to the south of the Idaho border so far. Severe weather outlook today, generally not looking for anything to reach severe criteria with any large hail or damaging winds, but this graphic doing a great job at showing kind of where the potential starts off today as that moisture starts to come in from the south. Best chances from about Burley to Pocatello to maybe Driggs southward, but for most of the Snake Plain and points northward, you're probably going to stay dry here for one more day. That could be good news, that could be bad news, depending on who you are and what you might have planned out there. Excessive rainfall outlook today also really focused on points to the south of the Idaho border. Again, we just don't really have that full moist monsoon air mass up in here just yet until we get ahead to Monday. Severe weather outlook Monday, the entire region highlighted with a general chance of thunderstorms, and excessive rainfall outlook starts to move northward here about the southern half of the forecast area, about Bellevue and Idaho Falls and points southward. And what this means, this green shading here is what we call a marginal risk of excessive rainfall. That's just starting to cue us in that there's a little bit of localized potential for heavy rain that could cause flooding. We're talking about spots where multiple thunderstorms move over the same spot, or a thunderstorm is very slow moving and sets up in one location for a while, or we see heavy rainfall over a wildfire burn scar. Places like that will be a little bit sensitive to seeing some of that heavy rainfall. And we'll have to watch this as we go, particularly into Tuesday and Wednesday. Remember, Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be the wettest days, and most of our forecast area is going to see at least a marginal risk of excessive rainfall. So we'll keep an eye on that here and continue to evaluate the precipitation forecasts as we go forward. Let's review the impact that this system, this monsoon moisture pattern is going to have on our temperatures. So today we start to lose a few degrees. We're still achieving some low 90s up here across the eastern Magic Valley and Snake Plain corridor, but a little bit cooler than what we saw yesterday. And you can see certainly several degrees cooler as you head down toward the Utah border with that increasing cloud cover. As we step into Monday, we lose about another 5 degrees off these temperatures, so we're going to be looking at low 80s to some mid 80s, depending on where you are. Galena Summit, beautiful place to be if you like fall weather. May not even reach 70 degrees for your high temperature up that way. Bigger dip as we head into Tuesday with temperatures generally in the 70s for most areas, maybe still a few low 80s here in our population centers. And then by Wednesday, high temperatures generally ranging from the mid 60s to the mid 70s, depending on elevation. So, as we get more cloud cover, more moisture, more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, it's certainly going to bring those temperatures down significantly colder, 20 or more degrees colder than what we've seen here in this hot, dry, late summer pattern that we've been locked into. For fire weather partners, not a lot of wind concern this week. In general, our forecast keeps the winds quite light over the next 4 to 5 days. So we're really kind of watching these humidities start to creep up as we bring that moisture in. Today, still critical. 15% or lower here across portions of Craters of the Moon and the Arco Desert. Generally 15 to 25% elsewhere, and you can see we start to get a little bit more moisture down here toward the Utah border as we get into this afternoon. Much bigger push as we head into Monday. This is lowest minimum afternoon humidity values. As you get south of the Snake Plain, we're not dropping below 35 to 40% on those values by Monday afternoon, and even up to the north, not seeing teens anymore here in the forecast by Monday. Big push for Tuesday. This is, again, lowest relative humidity values, generally not making it below 50%. For Tuesday onward. These will actually increase even more as we go into Wednesday. So it's going to be a very noticeably humid air mass by Idaho standards, and certainly should make a difference as far as fire weather and fire growth is concerned as well, not to mention, of course, rainfall and thunderstorm activity on top of this. Oh, and here's a look. Forgot that I put this image in. Here's a look at Wednesday as well. Again, this is hard to believe. This is actually what this is showing. Lowest relative humidity values during Wednesday afternoon, holding at about 55 to 70% with widespread shower and thunderstorm activity across the region. Let's look at total rainfall. It's not going to be a washout continuously for days for most of you. This activity is going to come in rounds. We're going to see the most widespread activity, showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening periods. That may back off a little bit during the overnight periods, although there will probably still be some rain falling in some locations at night as well. So you may see precipitation come and go over this 3 to 4 day period. But as we add those totals up going through Thursday evening, we're looking at least a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain from the eastern Magic Valley up the Snake Plain. And then as you look into the mountains, anywhere where you see yellow shading, that means we're exceeding 1.5 inches in our current forecast for rainfall. So again, this should be a wetting rain for fire weather partners. This should make a dent, hopefully, in the dry spell that we've had, should make a difference as far as the active wildfires that we have occurring out there right now. These totals haven't really solidly been trending any direction direction. We've seen them kind of bounce up and down a little bit as we update the forecast several times a day. We'll continue to watch that here, see if we can pick up on any trends as far as things getting progressively wetter in the forecast or progressively drier. But for now, this is a first look at what we're going to be seeing here by the time we make it out to Thursday evening. So that's what we have on tap coming up here. Again, one more day where most of you are leaning dry. It'll still be a bit warm, but we start to increase that moisture from the south, and we really bring it in Monday onward, with Tuesday and Wednesday really looking like the wettest days here across southeast Idaho. Questions, comments, concerns? Of course, we're here 24/7 at the Weather Service office. Please feel free to reach out to us using the information shown at the bottom of this slide, and everyone have a great Sunday.